Okay. And then let's go to OLS regressions. We know this. So data analysis, we are under quantitative data analysis, and in quantitative data analysis we have quite a lot of options to choose from. We can do quite a lot of different things. For now, I think let's start with qualitative data analysis. So we have a qualitative data cleaning tool, which is this one, and I want to explain this one today, but I'll just show you that when you import data you can do certain things, because I want to focus on other things. Okay, so let's say we import this one. Okay, so we have loaded this data, and so this data has got different demographic variables that have been computed. So what you can do with this data cleaning tool is that you can detect special characters in the data set, and when you detect them you may want to remove them. Like for example, maybe when someone was entering their age, at some point they included maybe a hashtag which doesn't make sense for age, so you may want to clean the data by removing such errors in the data. Then maybe sometimes you have data that has very outliers, or maybe entries that don't make sense because they are probably an error, like they are too long than what is expected. Like for example, if someone is supposed to enter whether they are male or female, and then maybe in the same entries for gender you have a certain entry that has a very long text, or maybe it's in paragraph form, so you'll be wondering that how is it possible that someone can have a particular gender type that has to be described in paragraphs. So that could be something that you may want to also clean in the data. Then sometimes data has got missing values, so you may want to check for each data how many values are missing, and you can determine whether there are some remedies that this particular software will allow you to do. Like for example, few missing values with missing just to indicate that the values are missing for this qualitative data. You can replace empty strings with empty. You can remove duplicate records. You can remove special characters from a text column. You can remove or duplicate phrases from a text. Remove duplicate phrases from a text column. You can remove records with text. So these are different remedies you can apply. You can drop all rows with missing data, and then once you do that, it automatically generates options for you to export the data in Excel format or any other good format. And then from there you can get the data and use it for analysis in any statistical software. Okay, so I won't go into that. For me today, I want us to run through things. So let's go to correlations first. Okay, so in correlations we want to just run a few correlations just to show how that Stevanialysis gives you the opportunity or ability for you to run those correlations and just visualize the outcomes in a particular way. So first and foremost, we upload data that could be CSV or Excel format. So let's do that. So for this one, I'm going to bring in quantitative data, because when you are running a correlation, unless your qualitative data is assigned certain values, that is when you may want to maybe run a correlation. But for the particular qualitative data that I have, it's not assigned with certain values, so we can do a session where we are dealing with data that is assigned certain values in another session. So yeah, let's import quantitative data for now. So Excel file loaded successfully with 34 rows. Okay. So first and foremost, we may want to select which type of correlation test do we want to do. So there is Pearson correlation, there is Spearman's rank correlation. Yeah. So if we analyze the data, then if you click analyze, then it will automatically generate the Pearson correlation test. So there we are. So we have the Pearson correlation test. So it shows you the variable, also the other variable that it's the first variable, the other variable that it's associating this particular variable to, and it shows you the correlation coefficient, which is represented by R, the number of observations, the confidence interval, the p-value, the significance or level of significance, and the direction. Is it positive? Is it negative? The t-values, and also the test type. So of course we ran the Pearson correlation test. Then of course you see that these significance markers are described here below the table. So yeah, so these are things that you are able to get even in SPSS and Stata, that we already know. And the only difference here is that, okay, they have been simplified because it's just a matter of importing the data, not going anywhere else, and just clicking which type of correlation test you want to run, and then analyze, and it automatically generates that. Then the other thing you can do is, which you may not be able to do in other software, is that you can change the layout. So sometimes supervisors, if you're in university, they may not want the table to look like this, your correlation table to look like this. They may want it to look diagonal, like this. So you can quickly change that, and you can just copy this table and you can paste it in your Microsoft Word program. So let's see. Let's paste it. So there we are. We have that one. So for inflation, it has not been associated here, probably because okay, so we can now maybe convert this to a table. So it depends on what you want. Others may want it to look like that. Okay, but you have a correlation table. You can also maybe reduce the font size just to make sure that things are properly fitting. Okay, so you can also reduce that one. Okay, maybe 8 is too small. Then we can maybe or if we like, we can just flip this. We flip it, and then we have that okay, then we have that correlation table displayed in this way. Then if you want, you can remove this variable. Yeah, but basically these are just the correlations that we are showing. So we go back, and the other way you can show or display this is the upper way, the opposite way, or you can also just show the full way like this, and then you can copy the table as well. You can go back to your Microsoft Office. Okay, so in your Microsoft Office, you can paste the table. Okay, then you can of course do that. Yeah, then there you have it. You have the correlation table presented in this manner, which looks quite okay. You can make it fancy as you want. That's up to you. So we close that. Then the other interesting thing that you can do in other statistical software is that you can basically visualize the relationships or the associations in the correlation table. You can present them in a heat map form. So let's start with the correlation coefficients. So we want to visualize how the correlation coefficients are varying from one correlation test to another. Okay, so we generate. There we are. So basically we have that, and you can clearly see that if the correlation is heading towards the positive direction, it will appear in red. So a deeper red color implies that they are very positively related, okay, in terms of the correlation coefficient. And if they are closer to -1, then they are negatively related. Then remember that the magnitudes, besides the color, the magnitudes as 1, 0.5, 0, 0.5 as well, and -1, -0.5 here. So these, when it's closer to 1, obviously, then it is highly positively related. And then if it's closer to -1, then it is highly negatively related. So this is how you can visualize your correlation results, and this is something that you can do in other statistical software packages. So if you take you download that, and then you see, of course, you get that, and you can easily import this into your Microsoft Word file or document or project. So there we are. So the other thing is you can also get the significance magnitude. You generate the heat map. There we are. You can also do the same for coefficient sign on. So there we are. Then you can export it if you like. Then remember that we have Pearson correlation test. We also have this other correlation test. So, you know, correlation tests will vary in terms of the results depending on whichever you pick. So you have that. So yeah, that's how you can run a correlation test in Stevanialysis and be able to generate some visualization of the results in that correlation test, which you can do in other statistical softwares packages. So okay, let me close this. Now let's go back to Stevanialysis and let us try to explore other features.